we need to catch up since we were last on air. So I want to do this to play. Oh, don't be nosy.
I am nosy.
She's super nosy.
Malika is.
No, I didn't say that.
Amazing. All right. A reminder, we're going to play Chop It or Drop It. This is how it's going to work if you want to play on this topic. If you want to chop it, talk about it, you say chop it. If you don't, then you say drop it. We're going to start here on Friday. Giannis, he missed a career-high 11 free throws in the Bucks' 8-point loss to the 76ers. Then after the game, Giannis was trying to get some free throw practice in. That's when Sixers center Montrezl Harrell came out, took the ball from him, and then there was some back and forth. Giannis got 2 more basketballs, came back out, and by then, the Sixers arena staff had a ladder in the way of the hoop. Giannis proceeded to push the ladder out of the way. Richard, you had some reaction to this on TikTok. Are we chopping it or are we dropping it?
Oh, we're chopping it. And any reference to my TikTok, and this is the thing, Vince knows this, everybody knows this. Pre-game, you're supposed to open up the court 90 minutes before, right? And teams will wait till 90 minutes. That's like per NBA regulations. Post-game, you are not entitled to that. Is it petty? As the petty television show we are, and I am Richard Petty, and we are the petty kids here. Montrezl Harrell is entitled to that on his home floor. And I think Giannis was like, hey, I just want to shoot my free throws. And Montrezl has the right. And if you see the original video, there was a coach or somebody rebounding for Montrezl was like, hey, we need to use this because we might have a flight, or I don't know the entire situation, but ultimately the road players are not entitled to that. If they need to break down the floor, and everybody's, well, there's 2 hoops. Well, they were breaking down 1 hoop, and then Montrezl was shooting. So when Giannis wouldn't clear the floor, Montrezl went to the other hoop, and then Philly took the ladder over there. Point being is this.
Yeah.
It escalated past the point of anything that was positive. I don't think anyone really did anything wrong, but the lesson learned here for all the people at home is post-game, the road team is not entitled to anything. That's part of, like, when you play in the playoffs, you don't talk to opposing players until the series is over. So there's certain things that go inside this that people need to understand.
Vince?
Hey, RJ, I want to add to that. Playoffs is worse. Like, I don't even think he would have gotten any shots up because he wouldn't be able to find a basketball to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with, at home, it's kind of like that. So I understand Giannis's frustration, but, it's just, it's a little pettiness,
right.
but
it did remind me of.
But it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It reminded me of the great Lee Jenkins wrote a profile back in the day on Giannis in his early days, and he used to do this after every single game. He would go out and shoot. We don't see it very much from him anymore, but this was a part of his routine, particularly when he struggled. Moving on.
Keep it in Milwaukee.
Last night, Donovan Mitchell took a rebound away from his teammate, Evan Mobley. Mobley finished the game 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Shanae, are you chopping or dropping Mitchell with the rebound here?
I'm half and half. I'm chopping it up to give my time to Vince Carter because he explains why double-doubles matter. But first, I'll say this. Take the free meal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Don is like, this is just a summation of the Cavs and their chemistry that they're building, all the good vibes and all that stuff coming off of a win. But yeah, take the free meal, Evan Mobley. Many more double-doubles in your future. Vince, tell them why double-doubles matter, actually.
Well, double-doubles, I feel matter to a lot of young guys, especially an up-and-coming young guy. He wants to establish himself as a household name and a double-double machine. So every double-double to him matters. And also, there's a lot of guys, a lot of bigs who will always tell you, it looks good when it comes contract time to see how many double-doubles that you get. And you don't want to leave any double-doubles on the table or left behind, if you know what I'm saying. So that's why I understand. And you can tell, like, they understand how important it is to them because of Donovan's reaction. It's like, oh, my bad, bro. Yeah. Like, that just shows great camaraderie and teammates loving.
We're trying to get to 20 on the year, bro.
It is. Yeah, I've done this multiple times. One time we were wide, the game was over, and Jason Kidd needed 1 more assist for a triple-double. Mind you, Houston was just standing there. You know when you're running out the clock? And so it was like, we're just dribbling. Jason Kidd comes over to me. He's like, hey, I need 1 more assist for a triple-double. And I'm like, bro, I'll shoot it. So he tosses it to me. I shoot a 3. They were not even playing any defense. That's like cardinal rule you do not do. I shoot the 3. Yeah. It goes in. We sprint off the floor. They were mad. They were super mad. Because it's something that you do. Vince, no, you do not do that.
Right.
But the point was, Jay Kidd told me, he goes, I'll take the heat for that. Right? He told me that afterwards. He's like, I'll take the heat for it. But those are the things that you do for your teammates. Yep. You get somebody, hey, listen, like, because you don't want to do it solo. I feel like we got some Ricky Davis. We got any chance we get an opportunity to show Ricky Davis shot at the wrong hoop. rebound. Watch the. Listen, I wish we could show the foul. I wish we could show the foul that happened. Look at that. You see what Deshaun Stevenson was like, yo, you don't do that. That's petty. Those are the petty things. That goes back to the Giannis thing. There is so much petty that goes in the NBA. You have no idea. Now, the NBA took away the triple-double because they were like, it has to be a legitimate shot attempt. But these type of petty things go on, and they've been going on, and they will not stop.
The king of petty, Richard Jefferson. All right, let's keep it pushing. On Sunday, the Mavs, they lost to a no Jokic, no Murray Nuggets team in Dallas. Newly acquired forward Christian Wood finished with 5 points, played only 17 minutes, and then after the game, he said, quote, "I would love to play more. I voiced that several times, but I just play my role." So here's Jason Kidd's reaction to that statement. Take a listen.
There's no guarantee, you earn your minutes. And so every game is different. Minute-wise, also, you look at the roster, the roster's heavy. We got a lot of bigs. And so for Wood, his minutes will go up. This is just the start of the journey. We're 16 games into this. And so I see his minutes going up.
All right, Vince, are we chopping this or dropping this?
I mean, we should drop this. I mean, I'm going to say we drop it, but I want to say this to this.
Wait, drop it. Move on.
As a player.
No, you can't drop it.
I gotta say this, though.
Chopped it up on every subject so far. Go ahead, Vince.
All right, well, they're going to chop it then. We're going to chop it because I got to say this. As a player,
We're keeping it moving. You said
moving
drop
on.
it. We're dropping it. Lastly, heading to Minnesota, the Timberwolves beat the Heat last night, 105-101. The 4th straight win for the T-Wolves. They improved to 9-8 and 5-5 at home. However, Rudy Gobert had a message to Minnesota fans saying, quote, "I don't appreciate people that come in, boo your team. When you're a fan, you have to support the team in tough moments and in good moments. There's no team in NBA history that has only had good moments. So if you're not going to support us in this moment, just stay home." Zach, chopping or dropping it?
We're chopping it, and can the Wolves just be happy for 1 minute? Even when they win, there's angst and anger and stuff in the air. They've won 4 games in a row. Every team that they've beaten has had a big injury, but you got to win the games. They needed to right the ship. It's just, are they cursed? Does it always have to be miserable there? The reason they're booing is because the Miami Heat, who have like 3 players left on their team, were at that time beating a Timberwolves team who traded 9,000 draft picks and good players for Rudy Gobert. They need to win now, and fans are starting to get a little impatient, but they are winning some games. All right, be happy, smile.
I just want to clip that off. All right, be happy, smile. That's how I want to start my day every day. All right, still to come on NBA Today. More on Ben Simmons. Richard, leave me alone. Highly anticipated return back to Philadelphia. Tim Bontemps and Nick Friedel both.
And then later that year, we played against Toronto in the postseason. And I stand by that. Playing against, when we got them in the postseason, that was far more intense than the regular season game. Now, I know all the time with Ben Simmons, but watching Vince have to navigate that in the postseason, where teams were getting, where the crowd was getting ready to see him for multiple days, that was even more intense for the situation. But I think Ben is going to be fine.
But like flying under the radar here. Vince, are you telling us that Richard Jefferson was a good teammate?
No.
How do we replicate
that?
He was.
Then what happened,
Richard?
Richard?
Was a great teammate, and it's tough because it's something I needed to hear because I was just so locked in on trying to win. I was so locked in on trying to win, and I had a better second half because the game started to slow down. I said, you know what? It's just a game. It's not just a game, but you kind of have to play mind games with yourself, as you know. And then we got to this situation right here. Jay Kidd told us, he said, I'm going to get the ball off and I'm dribbling it down and you shoot it. I was like, all right, cool. And I remember telling Lawrence Frank, I'm going for 3, period. That's it. I'm going for the win, and there it is. And I remember seeing that shot go in, and that was the reaction. I was locked in. I was just locked there. And I just remember seeing Jay Kidd. I was like, whatever he does, it's go whatever. And it was just a great moment, and it's a great feeling. So for Ben Simmons, he just has to be aggressive. I think him being aggressive opens things up for him, and that's how we can decipher him having a great game.
And that's a step that he has taken recently, as you saw in my breakdown. But one thing I heard actually from Scottie Pippen when he was here at ESPN, he said, if they boo, it shows they care. And so you have to really know that this motivation is going to help you for the long term. So it is a big step that he's going to play. I just wish Joel was there. You know,
Sure. Wish Joel was there. Tyrese Maxey was there. The whole complement of players. If they boo, they care. That means Philly really is going to care tonight. We're going to have more on Ben Simmons returning to Philly still to come here on NBA Today. Our reporters Nick Friedel and Tim Bontemps. They join the show live from the city of brotherly love. Plus, did you know that the 1 seed in the West is separated by only a game and a half from the 9th seed in the West? We dive into the wild, wild Western Conference that's coming up still on NBA Today. And